There are some really good lures out there. You know what? A lot of them are low percentage baits. Ready to run a gun? It's time for blast off. Let's go. Hey guys, Tyler with you. Welcome back to Bassin 101. Trick talk of the day. Them baits are good, man, but they are low percentage. What am I talking about? Man, you go to a tackle store, Walmart, wherever, and there's just racks and racks and racks and racks of lures. And especially if you're just starting out, you don't even know what to get. Well, I've talked about that on here. But there are some lures that have withstood the test of time that are good lures, but they're just not a high percentage bait. Now, what do I mean by that? In other words, they're baits that will catch fish and are definitely worthy to be in your box. But the chances of it catching a large bass or even several bass during a day, percentages are kind of low. One bait that's off the top of my head that I can think of, I've talked about this on here, are grubs. Your standard 3, 4, 5 inch curl tail grub, like a Mr. Twister. It's a good bait and it catches fish. But the percentages of you getting a really good fish on it or a lot of fish on it, it's not that high. Example, I've never seen anywhere, nor have I heard of where a grub played a role or a major role in a BASS tournament. I'm talking about since the beginning of the tournaments, back in the late 60s. It has not produced any wins or any high placing type deals, but it is a tool. Another one off the top of my head is prop baits. You know, I'm sure some of you guys might disagree with this, and that's fine. I'll accept it. But a prop bait, depending on what kind it is, but I'm basically talking about maybe the twin props. There's the chance you might get a good fish on it. But the thing about a prop bait is it has a specific type of water it can be used at. And that's basically shallow water. And the shallow water I'm referring to is, 10 foot and less. 5 foot and less is even better. Some kind of cover, grass, brush, down trees, whatever. And you're not going to catch a lot of bass. Larry Nixon even said it himself, that a prop bait is an individual fish lure. It's not like a spook. It's not like a pop-R. It's an individual fish lure. So that's another one it's a good bait to have in your box. It's just not high percentage, like, say, a spook or a pop-R. You kind of get where I'm coming from here. Because I know a lot of you guys are simplifying your fishing, and I need to do some more series on that. I think a lot of the simplify your fishing has ended up being truck talks. To be honest with you, but yeah, I'm going to be doing some more simplify your fishing. Don't worry about that. I've got topics brewing in that pumpkin head I got. But those are two lures that I hear about. Another one that I would say probably falls in that same category as a tube, or as Al Leonard calls it, a tube. It's a tube. But yeah, tube's the same way. You're not going to catch, or your chances of catching a large fish is not as great as, say, a soft plastic crawl or something like that. And as far as catching the numbers of fish, I look at a tube as like an individual fish type of thing. I mean, I've fished tubes in open water. I've fished them all different ways. And I've caught bass in all different types of water with a tube. But it's not a high percentage bait. But I do have them in the box, along with the grubs, along with the prop baits. But they're specific technique type, well, not specific technique, but they're specific type of water lures. And as great as they are, they're not as high percentage. Does any of that make sense? I hope it did, with my infinite wisdom that means bumpkins. I don't know. What do you guys think? Y'all have some of that stuff in your box too? So until next time, remember, new techniques are trendy, but bass never change. May the Father bless you and keep in Yeshua's name, and as always, fish on.